Hi everyone, welcome to the 420 Minute. I'm Deneen Glass. Hey, I want to talk to you today out of some verses in Matthew. Matthew is the first book in the New Testament. Matthew was a tax collector. And so Matthew knew a lot about scorn. He knew a lot about people not liking him very well. And he writes about Jesus teaching in the synagogues. And these are red letters. And they come out, like I said, they come out of the book of Matthew. So they're quoted by Matthew, but this is Jesus speaking. And Jesus says, "You've heard the law that says love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both evil and the good. He sends rain on the just and the unjust alike. If you love only those who love you, what reward is there for that? Even corrupt tax collectors do that much. If you are kind only to your friends, how are you different from anyone else? Even pagans do that. But you are to be perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." Some pretty weighty words. But I say, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. I've been hearing a lot on the media, on social media and television, radio, whatever. And I'm sure it's because school's starting back up, about bullying and anti-bullying campaign. And I guess one of the first things that kind of came across my mind was that bullying doesn't just happen in school. Bullying happens out in the adult world too. I have a few bullies right now that don't like me very well, and they want to make sure that everybody knows all my flaws, everything that's wrong with me, everything that I've ever done that was bad. They're bullies. Okay, they don't like themselves very much. If they did, they wouldn't need to rip you apart to try to make themselves feel better. I really want you to try to remember that. Bullies don't like themselves very well, okay? So your enemies, those people that are pulling you down, the ones that are, tearing at your flesh and trying to control all the people in your circle to get them to think a certain way about you. I've really come to almost pity those people. I've really come to feel bad for those people. I've really come to understand that they're really hurting children inside, in need of attention and in need of a lot of control. Maybe if you can begin to see them, the people who persecute you, if you can begin to see them as the wounded ducks that they really are, maybe that can take some of the sting out. Maybe that can take some of the pain out for you. And you can do what Jesus asks you to do. Pray for those who persecute you. I certainly have lost my step. But I'm trying really hard to not lose my way. And I want to act as a true child of God. And I know that for kids, people who relentlessly bully them, probably my words aren't going to be any good for you. My hope is that the adults out there can maybe really understand what Jesus is talking about, can maybe really begin to understand that if we only love our enemies, or if we only love our friends, then anyone can do that. I'm going to challenge you this week to love and to pray for those who persecute you. I've been doing it. I'm not sure if it's made a difference in their life, but I know it's made a difference in my heart. So if you have anybody out there who doesn't like you, who is trying to hurt you, who is trying to intimidate you, who is trying to bully you, make you feel less about yourself, don't listen to them. Know that they are not like their Father in heaven. And so in that way, maybe feel bad for them and see if you can muster up enough empathy to pray for them. So that's my thought for you today, for this week. I thank you for spending your 5.5 minutes with me on a Sunday afternoon. Hope this has blessed you, and I hope that you have a great Labor Day weekend. Grace and peace.